Coming to get you, Barbara.
How's it hanging, Phil?
What's the prime time, bitch?
Come and get it! So either put the gun down now, or kiss your ass goodbye.
Let's get this party started.
I agree, Dana. Let's get this party started.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween. Welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I am Ken Sledge.
And I'm Ashley Sledge.
And let's talk Halloween Ends.
Yes.
So before we get started, I want to say I'm going to be as upfront and honest about everything here as I can be. If you guys haven't seen this movie, I appreciate you being here, but we are going to have spoilers. So if you don't want this spoiled for you, make sure you watch the film and then come back and join us. Real quick, we're going to catch up with the chat. Hey, Danielle.
Hey,
Danielle and Nathan are both here.
Hi, Nathan.
Calvin, what's up, buddy?
Hey,
nice
Calvin.
to see you. I'm not sure. I understand, Sean. It's 2 o'clock in the morning where you are. The fact that you stopped in at all means a lot.
That's awesome. Thanks for being here.
What's up, Clintonville?
Hey, Louie.
What do you guys think of the new Friday the 13th news? Well, first and foremost, I just got to say, we got a donation. So you guys know what that means.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby.
Thanks, Charles.
Now, obviously, I'm a huge fan of Friday the 13th. I'm very excited to see what they're going to do with this, with Peacock. I'm cautiously optimistic with it being A24. I think that's going to be a cool direction for it to go in. We'll talk about that at another time, though, because I know that you want to talk about Halloween. So, but real quick, what are your thoughts on it, on the new Friday the 13th prequel series coming to Peacock?
I don't know. I'm torn a little bit. Like, it could go either way for me, honestly.
It's just a matter of how they're going to do it.
For sure.
That's what I think it comes down to. Happy Halloween to you, Ryan. Thank you for coming out.
Yes.
I agree. Make sure you guys smash that like button. My thing with this movie, I have wanted to see this direction since Halloween 4, which 5 crapped on. Maybe not the best movie, but it did. I dug the new direction that makes the Halloween and Christine. We will definitely talk about that. Hey, Chunky Jordy, how you doing?
Hey.
Although I pray now this is the end of the series, it's not. I'm just saying.
I mean,
like, yeah. And I don't know, man. They're saying this is a prequel, so I don't even think Jason's going to be in it. I think that it's going to be all about Pamela, which is fine.
I'm good
yeah,
with that.
Yeah,
like, yeah.
I hope it ends with a segue into a new series with Jason, obviously. But since this is Victor Miller, we got to remember that, guys. This is Victor Miller that's doing this with A24. Victor Miller doesn't own the rights to Jason Voorhees to this day. Victor Miller has nothing. That's still Sean.
Right.
Victor Miller owns the rights to Pamela Voorhees now. So what this prequel series with A24 is going to be is all about Pamela Voorhees. So we still might see Sean Cunningham doing something with Jason.
I want to see a reboot from the first one.
Me too.
Like, I want a reboot from that boring ass movie.
Stop it. But yeah, so we got to remember, this is Pamela time here. Shaheem, what's up, buddy? We missed you yesterday, so glad you can make it out.
Hope you had a fun time yesterday.
What's up, Ashton?
Hey, Ashton.
Sup was just watching old live. Oh, thanks. We appreciate that. That's awesome of you. We appreciate that so much. It really helps more than you guys know, man. It really helps a lot more than people know when you guys go back and watch our old videos. Like, thank you so much. This movie was trash, and Blumhouse saw our review. Our interview will be airing soon. I'll get here in a little bit. I'll actually tell you when. Evil dies tonight. Huh. Sure wish it would have.
I mean,
Busta Rhymes better than Corey. I don't know about all that. Hey, happy Halloween, Cody. Thank you for stopping out, my friend.
hey, Cody.
Cody just hit 100,000 subs, you guys.
That's amazing.
We are so proud of you, dude. It could not have happened to a better guy. You've always been willing to work with us, no matter what size we were at the time, and you're one of the most genuine people out there. So thank you.
You deserve it. Congratulations.
And I agree with you, Gory. I really do. That's what everybody looks forward to all week, Parker. So what I want to say real quick is we're gonna go. I don't know Ashley's notes and what she wants to talk about. She doesn't know mine.
So honestly, I really haven't talked to you much about
we
this
haven't.
movie because I don't know. I had to let it just like digest for a while, and I just couldn't talk to you about it.
Right. Yeah, we definitely took our time to let it soak in a little bit. So pretty much we're going to talk about things that we like, people that we did, or things that we disliked about it, and give an overall ranking on what we feel the film was. And they may not be the same. We watched the film together. We kind of discussed it a little bit, but the thing with Ashley and I is like, especially when we're going to be doing a review like this, we're not going to talk to each other about it because we don't want to influence each other's decisions on what we thought of the film.
Yeah.
So we watched it together. We had a little bit of discussion, but we didn't go all out talking about it because I just don't feel like that's the right thing to do when we know that we'll influence each other.
Yeah. Plus, like, I feel like we probably will be opposite.
What's up, Bobby?
Of our thinking. Hey, Bobby.
Happy Halloween, my friend. Hey, thank you for smashing that like button, my brother. We appreciate it. Victor Miller must be able to use young Jason, so as it's apparently young Jason in the script from what I've heard. Oh, see, I didn't know that. From what I heard, it was Pamela. So, I mean, you know what? It's all speculation at this point, but let's hope. You know, I'm hoping that I just want more Jason, obviously. Friday the 13th is very special to me, so I would love to see the direction, especially with A24. It's going to be different, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, we'll see. A24.
Yeah, we'll see what they do, but let's get into this. So I think obviously the first thing we want to talk about is the thing that everybody has been complaining about, and it's the lack of Michael Myers / Laurie Strode in Halloween Ends.
Yeah.
And real quick, part 6 is my favorite Friday the 13th film. I think it's amazing. I absolutely adore that movie.
Mine is probably 2.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind getting inside Pamela's head. I totally agree. So when we talk about Halloween Ends, like I said, the lack of Michael, the lack of Laurie. Now, this is not something that I think is crucial to the story of Halloween. Obviously, like I said, Halloween 3 is one of my favorite Halloweens, and it has no Michael in it. The very first Halloween was very, very lacking in the Michael department. It was definitely more about the heroes and the villains. Now, the reason that's what I said, I'm sorry, the heroes and I'm sorry.
He is the villain.
I think the reason it bothers me so much in this film is it was marketed as the finale of Laurie and Michael. Now, I get that this is the finale of Laurie and Michael. I get and I respect that very much. But when you're marketing this to me as their film, this is the end of their time together, that needs to me to be the focus. That's what we had with 2018. That's what we had with Kills. We waited for this big payoff. He killed her daughter, you know, and we barely see these two interact throughout the film. And this is nothing against Corey. I think Corey was actually one of the best parts of the film, but I wish that Corey would have been there since 2018, even if he was a minor character. To introduce him into this movie and put him in our faces as not only one of the lead characters, but the lead villain in the film, I feel is almost insulting. Now, before I move on to anything else, do you want to say anything?
I do like how they tried to do something different here. Like, I really do condone them for doing something different. But as a Halloween fan, you know, it's my favorite franchise. And as like I couldn't wait for this movie, and I feel like I was hungry for this movie, and I feel like Halloween Ends didn't satisfy my hunger. Like, I didn't get the closure that I wanted. I didn't get the Michael Laurie story that I wanted.
Right.
I do, however, I like the direction that they were trying to take this, but like you said, I would have liked to see him, maybe thrown in earlier in this part.
Right.
Also, I just hate how, like, I like the whole like evil lives on through other people. I like where they were going with that direction. I like that.
Hated it.
I liked it. Because it's true. Evil is in other people, not just Michael Myers. But I hate how I didn't get my Michael and Laurie end. Like, I don't like that.
Okay. We all know that. Okay, hold on, real quick. I'm still going with Kathy Bates, but Melissa McBride would be pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. That would be pretty sweet.
Absolutely. She's amazing. I love her.
Yeah.
But she would make me laugh though. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. So my thing with Corey is this movie gave me such hope because I think the intro of this movie was better than the intro of 2018 or the intro to Halloween Kills.
The intro definitely had my jaw dropping.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's get into this shit.
We are so ready.
Yeah, and then we get this fucking like love story. Like, this is not why I'm not here to watch Halloween for a love story. Like, I'm not. I'm here to watch Michael fuck people up.
And especially, I think the biggest part of that is Allison is so smart for as young as she is in 18 and Kills, and she just is not a very intelligent character in this film. And look, I know that we knew from the beginning there was going to be a lot of Christine influence on this. Corey Cunningham, obviously. But to watch, one thing that I've stated numerous times that I love about Michael Myers is he was just a guy. That was it. There was nothing supernatural about him. He had the darkest eyes, the devil's eyes. He was pure evil. To watch him literally fucking imprint on Corey and transfer his evil over to him, I felt like I was watching a fucking Twilight movie. Like, he's imprinting on him and putting his evil over to him.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. Like, I would have rather them just. So they kind of made it like Corey was misunderstood. Michael, I felt sorry for Michael. Like, I felt sorry, or not for Michael, for Corey. He had that trauma in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
People are being, dicks to him. Like, I've never felt sorry for Michael. Michael's just an evil ass dude that was born that way. He's not misunderstood. He's just evil.
Yes.
Corey, I felt sorry for. I felt sorry for him.
Right. And to have that traumatic event make him turn evil because Michael imprinted on him, I don't know. I couldn't dig it. Like, and again, I get it. I get the Christine reference that they're doing there with Arnie Cunningham being the sweet, tender guy, and then Christine, taking over. And I respect what they were going for. But someone in the chat just said it a minute ago. I think it was Nene. Let me find it real quick because that's right here. Worst time in the franchise to explore these bold ideas.
Yeah,
I agree.
Sure.
If you would have like mixed up this and Kills, maybe I'd understand it. If maybe this would have been the middle chapter.
Mm-hmm.
And they would have went back, maybe. But to end the story with this,
yeah, like I said, it didn't satisfy my hunger that I needed as a Halloween fan. Right. Like, I didn't get closure.
Yes, he did. The little kid.
Fuck yeah, he did.
He did.
I was like, holy shit.
Right. Now, here's something else that I wanted to talk about. That now, if there's something you want to say too, please jump in.
I will.
In Halloween Kills, we have Michael take out the whole town in the square. And, he beats everybody's ass. And then in this movie, he's down in the sewer. He's been hurt for a couple years or whatever. Corey literally just throws him down, takes his mask, and just walks away.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wrap my head around, and I can't fathom the idea of Michael Myers being that weak after this long.
That pisses me off too, because Michael isn't weak.
Right, exactly. He feeds off of that.
Yeah.
Like they've already talked about it. Like, the more he kills, the more he transgresses. And you're gonna tell me that he's already transgressed this high? Is it like a video game where he starts to lose his energy? Like, there's just so many of these things that really, really bothered me that didn't, jive with the continuity of the rest of the films.
Right.
So like, again, when you throw him down, you take his mask and you just walk away, and Michael just lays there. That just really, really bothered me. And this is coming from somebody that went into this movie really, really wanting to like it. I liked the idea that they were doing something different. Mm-hmm. I liked the idea that they were going to try to twist it a little bit and not have just your typical slasher story with Michael. I did like that. I liked that idea, but we had no payoff to it, in my opinion. If
like
Corey,
I said, I felt like I didn't get the closure that I needed in this franchise.
if Corey would have survived the movie, we could have maybe started a new chapter of Corey and Allison. I would have respected this movie a little bit more. If we could have gotten at least one legacy kill, I'm not saying that you have to kill legacy characters to have a great movie. That's not what I'm saying. But none of them, everybody lived. Brackett, Lori, what's her name? Lindsay, for as short of the time she was in this movie. Like, you had nothing to pull on my heartstrings there. Allison lived. You want me to feel bad for Corey? I don't feel bad for Corey, because in the end, he's still a murderer.
I did feel bad for Corey, though. Like, all the shit that he went through, and it wasn't his fault that that kid died. Like, and then people are dicks to him. Like, I felt bad for Corey. I've never felt bad for Michael, ever.
Never felt bad for Michael. And I will say that with the end of this movie, with the demise of Michael Myers, somebody just said it. H2O had the best ending. I agree with you. I think Halloween H2O is the best ending to a Halloween film. This would actually be a close second.
I didn't hate the ending to this film.
I didn't either. I loved watching Michael go into the trash compactor. I thought that was great. That was a great way to say.
That was a good way to end it. I honestly, I really enjoyed the beginning, and I enjoyed the end. And I even liked the fight scene between Michael and Lori. Like, I thought that was good. Like,
it wasn't bad, but I mean, like, you go back and rewatch the intensity they had in 2018 and the fight they had in this one, and you could tell they've aged like 25 years in between these two, because it's just not that fight scene is just not there. And again, he takes out the whole town in Halloween Kills, and yet in this one, Corey beats his ass, Lori beats his ass. Michael is not an intimidating factor in this movie, and that's what I've grown to respect out of Michael Myers, is the fact that he is just a guy, but he's a bad motherfucker. Like, that's always been the thing with Michael. Like, he's a bad dude.
Yeah.
Jason's badder. But Michael,
I knew you were gonna have to slip that right in there.
No, and like, seriously though, but Jason's supernatural. He should be a badass motherfucker. Michael was just that guy. You know what I mean? Like, he's that dude, and he wasn't in this film. They really weakened him in his finale. That's what bothers me. Now, if you weakened him in Kills, and you brought in Corey in Kills and did all that, and then you killed off Corey at the end of Kills, and you brought Michael back in Ends to fucking, terrorize and kill Karen in Ends,
right?
And then Lori get her revenge.
I do think that they got them mixed up.
Yeah, there's no payoff to Karen's death, and that one devastated me, because Karen was my favorite character of the new trilogy.
Karen was a good one.
I want to catch up on the chat here real quick. Do you remember Halloween 5, that little boy waiting for the bus? He saw the man in black, Dr. Wynn, and Dr. Wynn kicked the dog. The little boy could have been Corey. Ooh, I like that theory.
That's a good theory.
Yeah.
I do like that theory.
I agree, J-Dev. I watched this movie twice, and the second viewing, I didn't like it anymore. Michael got incredibly injured at the end of Kills. It was the last minute adrenaline that got him up and killed the mob. But here's the thing, though. Like, after he did the mob, he still went back and killed Karen, and then just went into hiding. Like, I get he was hurt, but you got to have a little bit of continuity here. If he was that hurt, it's been 4 years. You can tell me he's still that bad off after 4 years? I don't buy it. He'd be dead by that point if he was that bad off after 4 years. Yeah, I agree. Corey dying was not. Halloween 4 did have a good ending. I did love the ending. And I'm not going to lie, though. Like, there's more things we're going to talk about that I didn't like, but I just wanted to catch up on the chat real quick. I've been for a lot of child abusing and a lot of wife beating. Yeah, I don't like any of that.
No.
None of that. Don't get me started on Resurrection. I've really, really grown to enjoy Resurrection.
Is good.
I like Resurrection. I'm not gonna lie, man. Listen, we watched it again the other day, and I'm like, you know what? This movie's It's so fun.
It's fun.
Like, it's not good.
Again,
but it's fun.
They went in a different direction.
But at least when I'm watching that movie, I just have fun.
Yeah,
like, I do. I have a lot of fun.
It's definitely a comfort movie for me.
This movie has Spider-Man 3 issues, too much in one movie. Yes. That's a good way to put it. They try to put way too much into this movie. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I love how the fight in Ends feels like a real fight. Yeah, that is one thing I will say. It didn't feel cinematic.
Right.
It felt real.
I liked the fight.
Oh, God. Dude. easily.
Okay, maybe the ends one, but that's about it. And that Michael sucks.
Right. Somewhat human. He can actually die. You know what? And I'm hoping after I finish this, I'll go with that. Yeah. Yeah, he does. They overpowered Michael and Kills for plot and nerfed him. They nerfed him. I like that. We definitely needed Jason versus Michael Myers. No one wants to see that.
Yeah, we do.
Nathan, you could probably breathe on him. Michael would fall down. Both of you are canceled. You know, we haven't had one yet. So just for you, Ashton, we'll get hit with that canceled.
All y'all canceled. Everyone talking shit about my Michael canceled.
So what was I just gonna say? I cheered at the end because Michael could finally die. That's what I was gonna say. You know what? I genuinely hope that at least for the foreseeable future, this is the end of Halloween.
It's the end of Laurie and Michael's Halloween. I know that.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, and again, this is not me shitting on Halloween because you know I was excited for this film. If this year has taught us anything, it's taught us that original horror is what's really, really succeeding in cinema.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, give me some original horror. Give me
Smile. I mean, I know Terrifier 2 is a sequel, but it's still an original horror film that's not part of a legacy franchise. You look at these movies that are original horror that are completely crushing it in cinema right now, and that's amazing. And people are getting tired of seeing the same old thing, and that's where Blumhouse they were in a lose-lose situation here. If they would have went with the same old thing, everybody would have been like, "Oh, it's just the same old thing we've seen all the time."
Absolutely.
And then if they tried something new,
the people that like the
Right.
same old thing are we're gonna bitch about it, and they did, and fans feel like they were disrespected by this.
And I could see both sides of it. Like, I respect that they tried something different, like you were saying earlier.
Yeah,
I respect it, but I really wish that we could have flipped ends and kills. I feel like Kills would have been the perfect ending. If you could have switched the endings there.
Mm-hmm.
It was just the perfect way to end it. Karen dying, Laurie getting her revenge by throwing him into the compactor.
Yeah.
Another thing that's funny to me is like they put him on top of the car like he's a fucking old Christmas tree, like he's crucified on top of the car. They're taking him to the
right.
But or even like Nathan just said, this is great. They did this trilogy backwards. 2018 should have been where it ends, and Kills should have been in the middle, and End should have been at the beginning. I would have loved for it to end that way because 2018 probably is my favorite of the three. Now that I've watched all three, and I think this is a fun, trilogy to watch all together as one.
Mm-hmm.
2018 probably has the most memorable moments to me.
Yeah, I think 2018 definitely.
But Kills has grown on me a lot.
Like lit something under you, like because we always used to argue about Halloween, but
yeah.
You were excited to see that one.
I was very excited. I'm always like, everybody gets me wrong. Like, I don't hate Halloween. I know I joke around about Halloween a lot. That's just a jab at her and jab at like T. Parker, who's a good friend of mine, and Nick and Nathan. Not Nathan, but Justin. These people that are really good friends of mine that I consider good friends. And it's just that like I don't hate it. I just always thought that Halloween was the slower of the big franchises. And
have you seen the first Friday the 13th?
Oh no, I agree. I'm just talking about overall. Like, I think there's more bad movies in the Halloween franchise than there is in the Friday the 13th and Nightmare. If I'm ranking the three, I'm gonna go Nightmare on Elm Street number 1, Friday the 13th number 2, and Halloween at number 3. I think hold on. I think Nightmare on Elm Street has 2 shit movies in it, and that would be The Dream Child and Freddy's Dead. I think those are both bad movies. Nightmare or Friday the 13th, I'll say has 3 movies that I really don't like, and that's the OG, which I think needs this remake treatment because I think they could do something really good with that movie now with the kills and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then Jason Takes Manhattan and Jason X. I think those 3 are bad movies.
I think
Halloween,
once your franchise goes to space, like it's
Halloween has, in my opinion, here it has Halloween 2, which I'm not a fan of. I think it's very, very slow. Halloween 6, which could possibly be the worst movie in any of the big 3 franchises. It has Halloween Ends, which I don't think is very good. It has Halloween Resurrection, which is a lot of fun, but is not a very good movie. Halloween 5, which I do like personally, but it's not a good movie. I like it because it's the most nostalgic for me. I think when it comes to the quality of the films, I think Halloween has the least amount of quality. While I think Michael Myers may be the most, even though it fucking kills me to say this, I think Michael may be the most iconic of the three, like the most recognizable of the three, probably, you know, because we've been so dormant. And then, like, if you look at a younger generation that's not into horror, I think a lot of the younger generation is going to gravitate more towards Michael because we've had these new Halloween movies where Nightmare on Friday have been completely dormant, for, you know, since 2009.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that the younger generation will say that Michael is the most iconic of the three. But when it comes to perfect quality of film, in my opinion, I think Halloween has the least amount of good quality, while it has the most iconic and scary of the three villains. Michael is a real person. He's a real guy. He's not a guy that's going to get me in my dreams. He's not a guy like a little boy that drowned in a lake and came back as a super badass motherfucker. That's awesome.
He's your fucking neighbor that's going to kill you.
Yes. So let's real quick catch up on the chat real quick before we get more opinions.
I don't agree with you. I don't.
So do you think Friday the 13th is the worst of the big three?
Friday the 13th. Yes.
Yeah.
I honestly do.
So for you, it's Halloween, Nightmare Friday?
Yep.
I respect it. It's wrong, but I respect it.
No, you're
Michael Myers travels to the country and meets Madman. I wouldn't mind that. 2018 is a top 3. Oh, really? Oh, in the franchise. Okay, now I see what you're saying. Halloween was supposed to be just 1 2-hour movie with Laurie throwing him into the truck. You know what? Like, I really do like the end. This isn't even a cancellation. Halloween Ends is better than Jason Goes to Hell. Abso-fucking-lutely not.
Yes.
No.
Ashton.
I'm telling you, one night I'm just gonna have a fucking me live, and it's just gonna be me defending Jason Goes to Hell all night.
Well, I hope one person
that one viewer will be there,
and it will be your son.
It would just like Halloween 5. It'd be my son. 2018 should have been the end. Yes, I agree. Friday the 13th is more rewatchable as a franchise. I agree, Logan.
I don't get it.
This trilogy went from generational trauma to community trauma to finally healing with that trauma. The trilogy is more about Laurie and Michael, but overcoming your trauma before it corrupts you. See, I can respect that, but that's another thing we'll talk about in just 1 second about this movie that I got written down. I would love to see Michael Myers just in the country. Has the worst films in the franchise. I don't know.
I can go with that one.
You know what? I like Hellraiser 2 better than any of the other ones. I like Hellraiser 2 more than I like the OG, to be honest with you. Nightmare, Halloween. Whoa, Child's Play at 4? Oh. You rotten bitch.
If we're putting Child's Play in there, that would be my number 2.
That's my number 1 for sure. Big disagree, Ken. There are more bad films in F-13 than NOES and Halloween combined. See, I don't know, man.
I agree.
That's you know what, honestly though, like this is what I love about being a horror fan is like T. Parker. I consider you a good friend, and we have completely different views on these films, and that's what makes it so much fun.
You married me.
And your taste in film is terrible. But no, I love the fact that we could agree to disagree, and it's not like, you know, politics, and it's not like other things where people get so heated and angry.
I don't know. I get pretty.
No, a lot of Halloween fans do get pissed, and I'm sorry they do. Michael Myers is like Norman Bates, a real man. Absolutely.
Yeah. And that, I think that is scarier.
See, if I had to pick my 2 favorite Halloween films, it would be Halloween 3 Season of the Witch and Halloween H2O. I'm a big Halloween H2O fan. Halloween H2O was the first one I seen in cinema, and I went into it with like just a completely open mind because I was never into Halloween, and I watched it and I was just like, wow, that was fucking dope. Like that was so good. So good.
Mine's OG, H2O, and Resurrection.
Technically speaking, Michael Myers is the first supernatural slasher, or the idea of the killer being more than just a simple human like Norman Bates or Leatherface. Very true, but I don't know. In the OG, I guess he was, because he got shot 6 times and got up and walked away.
6 times?
6 times? But I just love that he was just a guy. Like when he was a kid, he didn't have a reason. He had a good childhood. And he just killed his sister because he was just a sociopath. I loved it. What if they made some Michael Myers was locked up with Norman Bates? Okay, look, I love Psycho.
Yeah.
I think Psycho is probably the best horror film of all time when it comes to quality of film, except for the ending sucks.
Yeah.
But Michael would tear Norman up. He would listen. Norman got taken down by a cop that held his arm up in the air.
He was like,
Michael would tear him up. But Norman's got the psychological game on him. Maybe he can make Michael talk.
I doubt it.
I'm with Ashley. Halloween better than Nightmare, better than Hellraiser. Really? Hellraiser over Friday. Wow.
Yes.
I take back everything I said. Fuck you,
Oh,
T. Parker. No, I'm just kidding.
no,
I'm joking. Like, that's awesome.
I wouldn't go with Hellraiser over Friday. Friday the 13th would be before Hellraiser. I'm not a big Hellraiser fan.
Yes, Nathan. Yeah, she's not a Hellraiser fan at all. Take a page out. Jason Goes to Hell and try to do something similar to that. That would be dope. Just imagine that, like, instead of at the end, having Freddy's glove come up, having Jason's machete cut through the earth and grab Michael's mask and bring it down. That would be sick as fuck.
Yeah.
Setting up a Michael versus Jason.
I would be down for it.
You're right. You are totally right. The first 3 Nightmare on Elm Streets are probably the best 1, 2, 3 punch. I would put that up there with Friday 4, 5, 6.
Nightmare on Elm Street would be my 3rd favorite.
I thought you said Friday was your 3rd. Oh, if you had Chucky.
Yeah, it would go
Halloween, Child's Play, Nightmare over Scream.
Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
See, if I'm going my top 3 horror franchises,
and then Scream would be after that.
See, I would go Child's Play, Evil Dead, Scream, Nightmare, Friday. Like, if we're doing a top 5, I think that would be. I would have to have Evil Dead in there.
Yeah.
I think Evil Dead. Well, I mean, obviously we haven't seen Evil Dead Rise yet, but before the release of Evil Dead Rise, the 4 Evil Dead films I think are just so great. Like, they're so great. Mm-hmm. And even the TV show Ash vs. the Evil Dead, we really enjoyed that.
I loved that. I was very sad about that ending too. Like, I felt like I didn't get closure from that.
Yeah. Halloween, Nightmare, Child's Play, Scream, Friday the 13th. So let's hear it, guys. What are your top 5 favorite horror franchises in order? You can say it, Russell. Don't fuck with the Chuck.
Yeah.
H2O is awesome. I agree.
I love H2O.
Leprechaun has 5 through 8 good movies. I don't know, man.
Better percent. Wait, what?
Look.
Leprechaun?
Look.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I think our problem with Leprechaun is we had to watch all 8 of them right in a row.
Yeah, and all of them sucked except for the last one.
No, come on. There's a couple that are okay. The one where he goes to Las Vegas was pretty funny.
No.
Watching Caroline Williams, was good.
The one in the hood, that one was okay.
Both of those were okay. They had their
okay,
moments.
But still.
The very last one is easily the best one.
Yeah.
That very last one, like
what is the one where he doesn't even look like a leprechaun?
Origins.
That one was
garbage.
Horrible.
Hot garbage. That one in Leprechaun Goes to Space. When you start talking shit about Detroit, I'm on you.
You can't talk
Child's
shit about
Play,
Detroit
Friday 13th, Happy
movie.
Death Day, Orphan. Ooh.
Orphan, okay.
I like it. Halloween Kills has really grown on me. Yeah, me too. Yeah, Scream's got to be up there.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Halloween Kills. Yeah, me too. Oh, here we go. Friday the 13th, Child's Play, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, Psycho. Psycho is a great franchise.
Mm-hmm.
It is a great franchise. Scream over Nightmare. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Apparently, Victor Miller is giving Peacock and A24 the rights to it. Yes. Yep, we were talking about that at the beginning. So it does have young Jason in it. I knew it had Pamela, but I wasn't sure about young Jason. Thank you for that.
I wonder who's gonna play Pamela. Like
I'm nervous about it.
I'm very nervous.
It's A24, so maybe we could get Toni Collette in there.
But
no, she's got to be young Pamela. Toni Collette's getting up there.
She is not. She is a goddess.
She could do it though. She could definitely.
She could fucking play any mom.
My top 3: Halloween, Scream, Chucky. Nice. Hey, at least we got some Scream and Chucky in common, buddy. Nightmares number 2. What was that? Shit. Scream at 4. Halloween, bump Halloween to 5, 6. That's fair. 3 Halloween. You know what you're getting with Scream, which makes it rewatchable for me.
That's true.
Yep. Gacy and Dahmer sequel. My top 5: Halloween, Scream, Chucky, The Conjuring. Final Destination. That's a good one.
So is The Conjuring.
Yeah.
Too. Oh, it's so hard.
I know. Once you start looking at all the different franchises,
I'm like, wait.
I know. It's so funny. Yeah. Love it. Oh, Nathan, no Child's Play. Killing me, bruh. Nightmare, Halloween, Friday, Scream, Child's Play. Let's go, Lions. Ugh. Nene, you're killing me. Listen.
There's a question mark there.
Listen, okay. It's hard. It's so hard. Like, I love them so much, but they let me down so many times.
You just get used to it after a while.
Yeah. For pulling this trick, I'll chop off your dick. Yeah. You know what?
His witty ass.
Like, I love Leprechaun, the villain.
Leppy? I like Leppy, but the shit that he's in.
Yeah, they need to give
No.
Leppy a really, really, like I said, that very last one they did. Fuck, what was that last one called? It was a sci-fi original, and it wasn't. Was it?
I want to call it The Origins, but that's the
No.
shitty one.
It wasn't Leprechaun Returns, was it?
It might have been.
Leprechaun sci-fi movie. It was Leprechaun Returns.
Yeah.
Leprechaun Returns. If you guys haven't seen Leprechaun Returns, so good. Like, I cannot recommend. It's the very last one they did, and it's a sci-fi original. The whole time we were watching it, we were like, wow. And it brings back Mark Holton from the OG, which is super cool.
Yeah.
The best part of the OG, by the way.
Him and the little boy,
Yeah.
their relationship, that's the best part of the original for sure.
And this right here is facts.
Yeah.
Psycho is a very underrated franchise, and it's because Psycho 1, it gets the Exorcist treatment. The first one is so good that people don't want to watch the rest of them. Psycho 2 and 3 are gems. 4 I could live without, but Psycho 2 and 3 are very underrated. Just like The Exorcist 3, one of the best movies of all time.
And The Exorcist 2.
Yeah, The Exorcist 2 is the worst movie I've ever seen.
Chef's kiss, right?
Yeah, Chef's kiss my ass. It's a masterpiece of shit.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Sarah Paulson needs to be Pamela Voorhees. A24 did X and Pro. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that they'll do it good. Oh, could you imagine her, Mia Goth, playing Pamela Voorhees?
I don't know.
No, she's psycho. Like, she could definitely pull it off.
I don't know.
Oh man, check out the sequels. They are dope. So dope. Child's Play, Hannibal Lecter, Predator, Saw, Evil Dead. That's a good list.
Yeah.
No, I gotta be honest with you.
Really
I've never
into Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, like the Silence of the Lambs is okay. But the rest of it,
I just think it's so slow.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But you know what? To each their own. I love the fact that you have it that high. Anybody that's got Child's Play at number 1's a friend of mine, Logan. So good on you. Replace Child's Play with Halloween. There you go. Thank you. What if it was Friday 13th Part 3? I love Friday 13th Part 3. I know it gets shit on for the 3D effects. Love the movie. Love it. I love Shelley.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leprechaun. It is Leprechaun Returns. Thank you. No, it is not. Unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
My dog is dreaming, snoring, and growling. Probably dreaming of the Leprechaun franchise. Yeah, Leprechaun Returns, guys. If you guys haven't seen it, please check that out. It's so good. So good. Packers Lions this Sunday. No. Dude.
I mean, do you think
No.
we think it was really good because of all the shit we watched before it?
Maybe we need to watch it again before we start promoting it.
Like, it's so good and people are watching it. Like,
well, I could say that no matter what, it's better than the last 5
yeah,
of the other ones.
Sure. It's better than Space.
Yeah. Oh, look at Russell has Hellraiser as one of his favorite franchises. Very nice.
That's good.
Leprechaun Returns. That new Leprechaun actor was decent. Yeah, I know he wasn't Warwick Davis, but he was good.
Yeah.
Ali. Yeah, Ali is the one that got his hand cut off in Part 3. I love the idea that by killing Michael because he was still human or less, they just made it way worse because Michael would transcend the evil spirit. But see, like, we'll get back to that one here in a second. Thank you, buddy. Mia Goth is a young Pamela Voorhees. Melissa McBride, Kathy Bates, or Sarah Paulson. We got to throw our girl. I just lost her name.
Tony.
Yeah, Toni Collette into that mix too. I'd love to see Tony.
Happy
Halloween, buddy.
Happy Halloween.
Who is the strongest horror movie character? You know who I'm going to say. Pinhead. I think Pinhead is, when we did our Maniac Madness, was our March Madness of horror villains. My final 2, my championship game was Pinhead and
it was
Rose the Hat.
And I think she's probably the strongest horror movie character. She's a fucking badass.
Rose the Hat is so good.
Like, she has that
the
powers,
Shining.
The Shining.
I would love to see a Rose the Hat prequel, like a Dr. Sleep prequel, all about Rose the Hat. We talked about that last night.
We talked about it last night, yeah.
Rose the Hat, I think, is the most underrated villain of all time. And I'm throwing I'm talking Tall Man, I'm talking Ginger Dead Man, I'm talking everybody from the most fucking minute to the biggest. Rose the Hat is the most underrated of all time. She's evil. She's beautiful. She's so beautiful that you want to trust her. But it's just, she's a monster. She's great. I love her to death.
Why don't you marry her?
I would if I could find her.
I'm just kidding. I would marry her if I could find her.
Yeah. Shelley and Friday 13th. Me too. The Blade and the Purge. Our Blade, not the Blade. Blade and the Purge. Very nice. I love Blade. They need to reboot Blade. Where is that video? Which video are you talking about, Dog Lover? and I will gladly point you in the right direction because I got the brain of a fucking 90-year-old stoner. My favorite timeline, you know what? That's a hard one. I'm actually probably gonna go with you on this one. Actually, I think I'm gonna go with the Blumhouse timeline. Actually, when it comes to continuity, at least I think it's the best. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with the Blumhouse timeline. The H2O one is good, but Resurrection makes the end of H2O so unbelievable to me. I think that's where it bums me out because if H2O was just a singular film, I think it's the best one. But I don't hate Resurrection. I hate what Resurrection did to H2O because that was the perfect ending. You're going to tell me that a paramedic got thrown out of that vehicle and he did the Michael Myers sit up in the road? Like, come on, man. Get out of here with that. So I'm going to say the Blumhouse one is my favorite of the timelines.
I'm going to have to go with the Thorn timeline.
Really?
Yeah.
Grounded.
Yeah.
I hate part 6.
Well,
I'll get that video for you in a second. Friday part 5 demon could have been Thisky people. I think Ash is the strongest. Okay. Hey, Steph. Happy Halloween, my friend. I hope you guys had a great one.
Hey, Steph.
Oh, they are rebooting Blade. Nice. H1, H2, screw Resurrection or replace Halloween. Yeah, okay. Jin from Wishmaster is the strongest villain. Yeah, that's a good one. Wesley Snipes should come back. Absolutely should come back. I want to bounce back to Halloween Ends here for a second. Unnecessary victim shaming is something that I want to talk about here for a second. I feel like in the movie, you have all these people that are blaming Laurie for Michael Myers. And it's just one of those things where that's like blaming the Uvalde kids for that shooting. You know what? I don't want to go there because that's real. That's like blaming Nancy for Freddy Krueger. And to me,
that's like blaming any victim of a fucking horror movie for, like,
right.
It's not.
And
how could it possibly be their fault that they're getting victimized by this monster?
Right. And to me, that sucks. And there was a lot of it in this movie. Like, a lot of people were putting the blame on Laurie Strode. And, I get the victim, and I don't want to say I get it because it's still very, very wrong. But I get the victim shaming with Corey because people would blame him, and people that weren't there might think that he had something to do with that boy dying.
See, that's where I feel sorry for the guy.
Right.
Because it wasn't his fault.
Really, nobody could blame Laurie.
No, I know. Nobody could blame Laurie. It's not her fault that she was victimized by Michael all these years.
Right.
He's killed all of her friends, her family, like her children all throughout the years, all of her different children that she's had. Like, it's not her fault that she's being stalked, and it doesn't make any sense.
No. And like that one, the one lady that got stabbed with the fluorescent light bulb in her neck, the one that survived somehow.
Like, you brought him here.
Yeah, you did this to my sister. The fuck I did.
Which, okay, how is that lady still alive?
I know.
Like, that again, that's another thing that didn't make any sense to me. Like, there's no way she would have survived that.
Yeah. Right here. Blaming Laurie for Michael Myers, I have to admit, was one of the dumbest writing choices I've ever witnessed in Halloween Ends. I agree. It didn't make sense to me. I just don't see that happening in a real life scenario where people know this guy is evil. He's been hunting this woman. Like, why couldn't you just die so he would stop? You think her dying is going to stop this guy from attacking people?
No, she did die.
Yeah, she's died twice in the franchise.
And it didn't stop him.
So yeah, that's another choice that to me was questionable at best. Another thing I want to talk about is we got some gruesome and amazing kills in Halloween Kills.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween Ends did a lot of cutaways before the kills actually happened. I love you, dog lover. That's true. Dr. Loomis survived worse. The explosion from Halloween 2. We never saw Sandra stop breathing and kills.
This is true.
So you got us there. We love you more. But the thing for us is like, I don't think the kills were that great in Halloween Ends. Now I get in Halloween Kills, they were more focused on the carnage. Like that was their goal in Halloween Ends, was to focus on the carnage that this man can bring. But I still want to see, you got me getting very excited with the kills.
Yeah, but I mean, he wasn't even in it that often to even give us good kills. Like he barely got any kill time. Corey took it all.
And I think they did Corey dirty. He should have survived this movie. But in my opinion,
they weren't going to go anywhere with it. That's why he died. It was the end.
I get it.
Evil transfers to other people, but we're done. And it's the end.
I don't know. Like, it just really bothers me that it could have been Halloween Ends. And they could have still continued it because it could have been the end of... They
didn't want to continue this story. Like
they didn't have to. They could have continued with, Michael dying could have then... I mean, he already imprinted on Corey. So him dying...
is the new Michael Myers.
Exactly. He's still that evil presence.
But the thing is, like, I don't think they're going to be writing any more movies. Like, Blumhouse, they lose the rights to Halloween.
I just want to say this publicly right now. If Blumhouse wants to buy back the rights to Halloween, they will do it. Blumhouse is not short of cash.
I know that, but
like if they want, they'll get a cod and they'll say, "Listen, we want it," and they'll be like, "Okay, take it."
Maybe, or maybe they want to go somewhere.
But at the same time, I also said the same thing about Friday the 13th, and Victor Miller
said no, and now it
went with
A24.
Been a
fight for how long?
So, I mean, but Victor Miller probably watched Halloween Ends and was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm going to give it to A24 instead."
I don't believe that. Not one bit.
So let's each say something positive about Halloween Ends. What is something positive that you could say about Halloween Ends?
Well, I've really already said this. I like that they tried something new. I like the beginning. It made my jaw drop, and I thought, like, let's get into this shit. I enjoyed the end. I also enjoyed the fight between Michael and Laurie and how she, stabbed him through everything. I really enjoyed that fight. So I don't hate the movie. It didn't, it wasn't satisfying enough for me.
But you didn't hate it.
But
either.
I didn't hate it.
Okay. See, I don't know where she sits with this movie because at the end of this, we're going to give our ranking on it and where we put it with the Halloween franchise.
Honestly, I was just kind of so like, I don't know, like my hunger wasn't satisfied and I didn't even like talk about it. Like I was almost
we have not together had a conversation about Halloween Ends since we watched it. And just like always, we have separate notes on separate side of the table, so we don't know what each other are thinking.
I needed to digest it and kind of get my feelings with it before I talk to you about it.
Yeah. Something positive I'll say about the movie. I like the fact that they made the band dorks the bullies. Like that's something I didn't expect.
So
and they're bullying an adult and they're high school kids.
I know.
You want to buy us beer, nerd? I was just like, what the fuck? They totally flipped that on its head for me.
This is what cracks me up. Okay, like how like Pokemon when I was a kid was like dumb, like nobody liked it. And now it's like super cool and like Pokemoners are like the bulliers now.
You even got a Charizard?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, look, I'm a Pokemon guy. I still play Pokemon Go every day.
That's
why she brought it up. I'm totally a Pokemon guy. But no, and I did like, how they made the band. Like I said, the band geeks. Please, I'm not talking down on anybody. I don't think someone's a geek because they play a woodwind instrument or they play the drums. That's not what I'm saying.
No, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, if you know how to play an instrument, I think you're amazing.
I can play very many instruments. If it has strings, if you can hit it, I can do it. If it's woodwind, I suck. I can't do it. So much respect. I played
the clarinet in high school, so.
But I don't like it. That's always been that stereotype that if you are in the band, you're a fucking dork, you're a nerd. These ones aren't. They're like the bullies, but they're the band geeks. I like how they kind of flip that on its head. I thought the characters were despicable. I hated them. Like, they did a great job because I fucking hated them.
Yeah.
I liked Corey. I really liked Corey. I loved the scene of him and Allison sneaking to the radio station. I'm the love guy. So,
I'm not. I'm like, fuck this love shit.
I just was so hoping for with that radio tower to get some Halloween 3 references. But it is what it is. I did like the ending. I like how we have a definitive end. I would have liked to have seen Jamie die, and I don't mean that in a mean way, or at least know that her and Hawkins ended up together. Maybe I believe they did, but I would like to have had that absolute factual that they did.
Yeah.
But
sometimes they say leave things up to your imagination,
which is fine.
At the same time, it's like, I need closure. This is the end. Like, give me some closure on some shit.
Yeah. All right, so let's catch up on the chat here real quick. We really don't know if he's dead or already. Wait till the 4K comes out. Oh, he's dead. He's dead. Best kills were Jeremy, the blowtorch kill, the nurse kill, and the DJ kill, and of course Michael. I'm gonna go with Michael. I think Michael was my kill of the movie. What about you?
Probably Michael. I really did like the end.
Yeah. My mother and I laughed at the same question, how the woman survived a broken glass in her neck and Halloween Kills, because Michael always makes sure his victims are dead. That made no sense.
Yeah.
I think they did that just to fuck with James on his kill count. He put her on the kill count, so they were like, no, she's coming back, James. Fuck you.
He had her on the kill count?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He had her on the kill count.
Redo it.
Yep. Kill count redone.
It's not accurate anymore.
Oh, man. Unless they would have done a scene where Corey's body disappears from the morgue, that would have been perfect. That would have been great. Don't buy the rights and just leave it alone. No, I agree with you. I think that they need to end Halloween for a while. My positive is the ending, and that's it. Fuck the rest of this movie. If Michael Myers' evil went into Corey, wouldn't he still be alive? That's another big thing.
I mean, is he really dead? I don't know.
Right. Was also seeing Michael die was a positive. Halloween Ends is my 4th favorite. Very nice. Okay. Halloween Ends hits really hard at the 1 hour and 50. I'm taking it. That's the end. I love the cinematography, the direction, the score. The score was great.
I agree.
The score was very good. I mean, John Carpenter, I believe he still had a lot to do with the score, which I think is great. Andy Matichak and Jamie Lee Curtis's performance.
Yeah.
The ending fight between Laurie and Michael made the movie all by itself for me. I just digested the whole film. Yeah. Oh boy. No, yeah, tell us. I want to know. The only instrument I could play is the triangle. Yeah. That's one of the writers actually got bullied by band members in real life. That's insane. That makes me feel bad for what I just said. I didn't know that. That sucks. You never want to hear about anybody getting bullied for any reason, man. I hate it.
I fucking hate it.
Yeah, I hate it, man. Curse of Michael Myers ends. Rob Zombie's Halloween and Resurrection. Wow. Resurrection below them. I love it, man. I respect it. I really do.
Below Rob Zombie?
Look, I've grown to like the first Rob Zombie's Halloween.
The first one is aight. The second one is poo-poo.
I just don't want Michael to talk ever. I'm so glad they didn't make him talk.
No, Michael doesn't fucking talk.
Yeah, I love that he didn't. Ben Tramer survived his timeline, but his grandson, the bully. Ooh. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm sorry, I wouldn't. Michael Myers just a killer from prom night. His guy in his head. Halloween Ends is my 3rd favorite. See, that's what I love. Halloween Ends is my 5th favorite. No, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like honestly, my bottom 5 would be at the very bottom would be H6, then probably I'm sorry, T Parker, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, then probably Ends, then Halloween. No, you know what? I would say Halloween 2, then Ends, then Resurrection.
What about 6? Did you already say 6?
Yeah, that's my least favorite.
Oh, that's your least favorite?
The Curse of Michael Myers is, Halloween 6 is the worst one to me. No, it's dog shit. Complete and total dog shit.
I don't hate it. I'm sorry, I don't hate it.
Garbage can, worthless, stupid, hate it. So yeah, for me, I'll give this 1.5 out of 5.
So we're going out of 5.
5
skulls.
5 skulls, like always. I just, you know what? And I'm not leaving this as I hate this movie. I'll never watch this movie again. You know, I give it a couple more watches. I might digest it. I might like it more. I might dislike it more. I went into this movie wanting to like it so much. Like every part of me wanted to like this movie. It didn't give me that. Oh, T Parker, I thought you liked Rob Zombie's Halloween too. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
But no,
Whew.
yeah. No, I'm saying like if you watch Rob Zombie's Halloween, the theatrical cut, I really actually don't hate it.
It's better than
The director's cut.
cut.
Once you get the rape scene,
I agree with that, but it's still one of my least favorites.
yeah, I
would
like
put
Rob
that
Zombie's
below
Halloween.
6.
You know, really,
I
would say
like
Rob
it.
Zombie's Halloween may even be in my top 5 of this franchise
Wow.
after rewatching it.
No, not
And go because I had never seen the theatrical cut, guys. Like I didn't go watch that movie in the cinema. I'm not a huge Rob Zombie fan. I'm not a huge Halloween fan, so I wasn't gonna go watch it in the theater. And I believe you were in college at that point, and we were drifting apart, and you might have been leaving the country at that time, so we weren't sure what was going on with you and I at that point. So I had only seen the director's cut when it came out, and I got to that rape scene, and I was just like, I can't do this. Like, I can't do a rape scene, guys. Like, if there's a violent rape scene in a movie, I'm out. I'm done. I can't do it. And that really, really pushed me to not want to watch that movie. And we, for our Versus episode that we just released, we watched the theatrical version of it, and I was entertained throughout the whole movie. Obviously, like, I don't like the family aspect at the beginning and how Michael was bullied by his dad.
Like, I fucking hate that.
Michael's just an evil fucking guy.
I hate how Zombie.
Yeah, Rob Zombie.
Like, yeah, like
I'll go over there and skull fuck the shit out you.
That's that's so
Yeah.
Rob Zombie, and
yeah, that's not us. That's not who we are.
Rob Zombie fan.
Yeah,
I like some of his music, but his movies, I can't get into.
I would like to go back and watch the Firefly trilogy again, because we haven't seen those since they came out.
Yeah.
What's the first one? What the hell is the first Rob Zombie movie, guys? I could see all the people in it. It had Chris Hardwick in it. It had Dwight from The Office in it. It was the first one with Captain Spaulding. What the hell is that movie called? Help me out, guys. The first Rob Zombie movie. Then the second one was The Devil's Rejects, and the third one was 3 from Hell. What was that first one called? House of 1,000 Corpses.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'd like to go back and rewatch them now with an open mind. So just see. You'll probably like them more because you're into the gore.
Gosh, I don't.
But
I am into the gore, and even the Halloween is pretty gory, but I just.
All right, real quick, Shaheem. The first Rob Zombie's Halloween was decent, but yeah, it really was.
So I haven't given my ranking.
Okay, let me catch up on this real quick, then we'll give you a ranking. 5 is my least favorite. Wow. I mean, I respect it. 1.5 out of 5. I'm a complete opposite of this movie. Go fuck yourself. I wanted to like it, but it's a big piece of shit. Director's cut blows. 5 is rad. The shotgun in the stomach. That was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, rape is a big no-no. Yeah, very hard to watch. I can't do it. And now, something that I say a lot on this channel about rape is I'm like, look, this is not for me. I hate it. Blah, 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 blah. If you watch a movie and it has a rape scene in it and you enjoy the movie, I don't think you're a bad person. Like, that's just my trigger. Like, some people are triggered by arms getting broken. Because I like it doesn't mean I'm a bad person. Now, if you're like getting off on it, you might want to seek some help. But like, if you can watch a movie with a rape scene and you cannot hate the movie, that doesn't make you a bad person. Like, it really doesn't.
Yeah.
It's just something I can't handle because of personal experience and things that I've gone through in my life with people that are close to me. I just don't want people to think that I'm judging you if you like Rob Zombie's director's cut. I don't think you're a bad person. You can enjoy it. You can watch it. That's just from personal experience and having to hold people and tell them it's okay from shit they've gone through. I can't stomach that shit. But if you can watch it and you can enjoy it, I'm happy for you. I don't think you're bad or disgusting or perverted or anything like that. Now, if you're like beating off to it, like seek some help, call Steve Wilkos, get some help. But besides that, no. That's not a good horror movie. That's not a good movie at all. Can't do Last House on the Left. Yeah.
Yeah. That one is fucking.
What's the one that we walked out of? It wasn't Last House on the Left. It was
The Hills Have Eyes.
The Hills Have Eyes. We walked out. I was like, I can't fucking do this shit. Rachel and Jamie and Halloween 5. I understand that. I respect that. Yeah, it was definitely House of a Thousand Corpses. We got to go back and rewatch it. We got to rewatch it and just see.
Yeah. And I mean, there's also like, there's ways to do it too. Like, I don't want to see it. Like, you know, leave it up, like the rape shit. Like, there's different ways.
Like, pull her into the bedroom and shut the door.
I don't want to see her get raped or him get raped. Like, I don't want to see that, because I mean, men get raped too. It's not just women.
Midsommar.
Yeah.
That guy is raped in Midsommar, and I will stick by that till the day I die. That is a male rape scene, and it's not funny. It's not funny. There's nothing funny about it.
Rape isn't funny.
Never.
With a man or woman.
There is no instance of rape that is funny or entertaining, in my opinion. It just is not.
No.
Forcing someone to do something
in the movie, just make it so we don't see it.
Right.
We can just
imagine.
Just cross that out.
Yeah, because sexual assault, you might as well kill the person because you just ruined them forever. And sadly enough,
like
it happens.
Child abuse and shit like that. Like, that's a trigger for me. Like in Black Phone, when the little girl
was getting beat by the dad.
Like I couldn't.
Yeah, she couldn't watch. Like, she's covering her face. I was like, get her, show her what's up.
Stop. You were
harder.
You were
I really was. I was like, I can't do this because that's not us. That's not how we parent our kids.
No.
My kids have had a handful of spankings, and
I do not spank my children.
For me, like, if you're getting a spanking, it's not because you were naughty. It's you've done something that like Kenley. She kept climbing over the gate. I grabbed her and swatted her on her diaper. She never climbed over the gate again. I didn't hurt her, but she knew Daddy was serious. I've never beat my kids. And I've never punched my kids.
I don't know. We're completely opposite with that. Like, don't hit my baby.
Yeah. I would never, ever hurt my kids. And I think everybody knows that. When I talk about the, hurting, I joke about it. It's not, I would never want to see a child get hurt.
No.
Ever want to see a child get hurt. Children are the most beautiful, innocent thing in the world. I love my children. I would die for my children. But sometimes, damn, I miss my money. So let's get to your ranking of Halloween Ends.
I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5.
What?
Yeah.
That's absurd.
Did I say yours was absurd? Don't hate on my ranking.
Oh, I clicked the wrong button.
That's absurd.
That's absurd.
No. Don't fist. Okay.
Whoa. Whoa. This took a turn. Conversation.
We're here for Halloween Ends. Don't fist. Don't you.
The Archer meme you?
Archer meme.
Yeah, don't say don't fist me, please.
I couldn't even finish that.
The Black Phone was so mid. I loved it, man.
I love the Black Phone, but just that scene, it made me cringe.
Yeah, I know, man. It's funny because hashtag no more school supplies. I love kids, man. I talk all this shit. I am probably the softest when it comes to children in the world. I work with autistic kids. It's just something that I think. Funny enough, I'm not going to say names or anything, but we have a very good friend of ours that's autistic, a 12-year-old, and he got into the car with a stranger, and we made him watch the Black Phone the other day, show him the consequences of what could happen, and we could have lost our little buddy. So, I joke around about it a lot, but I would probably fight for any kid out there. I'm a softie when it comes to kids. I fucking love them. T. Parker gives it a 4.5 out of 5.
Okay.
Someone's closer to mine. We could know a rape scene is happening just by seeing a door shut. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I've always said that.
You don't
always said it.
You don't need to see it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
Nobody deserves that.
I am sorry.
No one deserves that.
No.
Ever.
Absolutely not.
I give it ends no skulls. And God have mercy. Is that a Billy Madison reference? Swear to God. That's got to be a Billy Madison reference. 3 out of 5, which is cool.
Okay.
Ooh, I don't think there's such thing as a 5-star movie except
Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure. The Black Phone is top 5 of the year for me.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I loved it.
I agree with the last part. First time in a while I wanted the kids to live. You made a 12-year-old watch the Black Phone. Listen, I felt like in my heart it was the right thing to do. he needs to learn that bad things happen. The world isn't as sweet and kind as he is. So if by making him watch this movie, it gave him a little perspective into how evil, if there would have been any type of rape or, you know, anything like that, we really just made him watch the parts where the abduction happened and him being tied up in the basement, you know, just to let him know this is the type of thing that can happen to you if you get into the car with somebody that you don't know. It's a scary thought. Like I said, as someone I work with kids on the spectrum, and my little buddy, he's somebody that means a lot to me. I've been there since he was young. I will continue to watch him grow up. We will be there at his graduation. We will be there when he gets his first job. We will be there for everything that we can for him. He still comes to our house all the time. He's a good friend of our family's, and to hear that he made a lapse in judgment was very strong for us. So, yeah, we'll leave it at that. But something else we wanted to talk about tonight. Some of our members are here. Something we're going to start doing with members of Sledgehammer Horror. You can become a member as well. We only have one tier. We don't go all crazy with it. Every member of Sledgehammer Horror is going to have a My First Horror Movie episode. If you are a member of Sledgehammer Horror, please get a hold of me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, so we can schedule your My First Horror Movie episode. That's going to be a new perk of being a member of Sledgehammer Horror, is you get to have a My First Horror Movie episode. You know, we've interviewed people from Dead Meat. We've interviewed people from Leprechaun. We've interviewed people from Night of the Living Dead. We've interviewed people from Nightmare on Elm Street, from Friday the 13th, from Halloween. You will join that list just by being a member. So if you are a member of Sledgehammer Horror, please, like I said, get a hold of me on social media. We will set up your My First Horror Movie episode, and we will have a great time talking about how horror started for you, because you don't have to be a celebrity in order for us to talk to you. We love talking horror with anybody. And if you're a member, we want to know how horror started for you. So make sure you hit us up on social media so we can do that as well. Russell gives it a 3.5 out of 5, or a 3 out of 5. 3.5 out of 5. I didn't hate it, didn't overly love it. That's me. Meh. The Black Phone was my favorite horror film of 2022. Halloween Ends, 5 out of 5, especially with that crushing, with the crushing of Michael Myers. I do love the crushing of Michael. I would, but no money in the piggy bank. Hey, listen, I'm not saying that everybody has to be a member. If you're never a member, if you never do a super chat, we will never be upset about it. The fact that you guys spend your night hanging out with us in the chat, that means so much to us. Like, I don't want this to come across as, if you're a fan, you need to, I hate saying the word fan, you need to give us money. Like, that's not who we are. That is not who we are. And we will never be those people. I don't care whatever happens in our life. That will never be who we are as human beings. We appreciate everything that you guys do. Just being here is so fucking rad. I have not seen Grandma's House from 1988.
Grandma's House.
I'll write it down, though. We have me a pen. I'm going to write it down right now, and we will watch it. Grandma's House, 1988. Got it written down. You are, dude. You're a fucking rock star, man. Whiskey Ghost, bro. Can't wait to hear it all the way through. My first horror movie was Halloween and The Shining. Two very, very, very influential movies.
Absolutely.
Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. Drew Barrymore, 1989, No Way Home. Haven't seen that one either. You're dropping some bombs on us today. Yeah, the horror family is amazing.
Absolutely.
We love our horror family. Always have, always will. Yes, Devil is such a good movie.
Yeah.
Yes, we love Devil. That's probably our favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie. So your guys' final thoughts on Halloween Ends. What are you completely satisfied with how they ended this franchise, the Blumhouse trilogy, I should say? Or what is something you would have liked to have seen in Halloween Ends that you didn't see? I'll start with you. One, is this a satisfying end of the trilogy for you? And what is something you would like to have seen in Halloween Ends that you didn't get to see?
No, I was not satisfied with this ending. I would have liked to see more Michael fucking shit up like Michael does. I was really, really hoping that Karen wasn't dead. I'm not gonna lie. Like
I know.
I was hoping that she was still alive. Yeah. And I think I would have liked to see Allison actually take out Michael. Like that's kind of the way that I was hoping this whole thing would go.
Yeah.
But it didn't. And I wasn't satisfied. I don't hate it, but it just I didn't get the closure that I needed.
Sure. I would have liked to have seen Lori die. I think that if you're ending this, you need to end it the right way. I would have liked to have seen Karen live, just because that's just selfish.
Yeah.
But I can't really do it because I can't say, oh, they didn't kill any legacy characters, but they shouldn't have killed the one that they did. You know, like that's kind of shitty on my part.
And no, not in my opinion.
I would have liked to have seen
pick the legacy character that gets to
right. I would have liked to have seen Corey live. I liked his character.
mean,
I wish we could have gotten more Corey. So
we don't know that he's dead.
Corey's dead. Michael broke his neck. Is he gonna be like Stephen Hawking, like in a wheelchair, like killing people like that? He's dead.
Yeah. Maybe imprints on someone else and just keeps going. Who
Oh
knows?
no way. That'd be sick. And yeah, I loved Devil 2. It's such an underrated movie. Friday 5 and Halloween 4. Ooh, Shaheem, we got to get you on, man. No, we couldn't have Michael talk. Yeah. Seeing Lori die was something I wanted to see finally on the character. Nope, wasn't satisfied. I felt they pissed and shat my eyes. I want to see Jason appear. Yes, I love it.
Nathan. Wait, I'm gonna.
And yes, thank you.
I was hoping.
I wanted more Michael, Lindsay. Yeah, we didn't get barely any Lindsay and Frank in this one.
No, we didn't get barely any Michael in this one.
Yeah,
it was all
like
about
I said,
Corey and fucking Allison.
I think Corey is just in a coma. I
You
am
never
satisfied
know.
about a better fight.
And he didn't break his neck.
Yes, he did.
He did.
Yeah.
I think he got shot.
Remember, and then Michael walked in and he was still moving and he broke his neck.
Okay.
Or he stabbed him or something.
I don't think he broke his neck. I think
I'm satisfied. I'm happy Lori finally got her happy ending. Love the SOW vibes, especially the blue fonts.
Lori,
yeah, that was definitely good season of the witch.
A happy ending, in my opinion. She did. She went through this ship since she was a kid, and she deserved a happy ending.
Then we should have seen her and Frank get together.
We should have, absolutely.
Yeah, she should have had the legit happy ending if that's what we were going for. She should have gotten her legit happy ending. So let me ask one more question to everybody and ask one more question to you before we sign off here. What would you like to see if they do continue the Halloween franchise? If somebody else buys the rights or if Blumhouse decides to do something else with it, what is something you would like to see happen in a continuation of Halloween?
I don't even know where we could go from here. Like, Michael's dead. Corey's dead. I don't know, to be honest.
No.
I don't. How can you?
Come on. Look, Michael's died how many times and came back?
They literally chopped him up into, unless he's like Chucky and then he, he comes all back together.
Yeah, but they could just.
He was chopped up into little pieces.
He had his head cut off, and they said it was a paramedic instead.
They said it was a paramedic, but how could they? How could they? We seen his face. Like, they took the mask off him in this.
They just go to a different timeline. That's all they do. They go to a different timeline.
I mean, if we're starting off with a different timeline, then I would like to see him be a badass and fuck up Jason.
Nobody wants to see Michael versus Jason. That'd be.
I do. I do.
But I mean, like, they could easily. I mean, look at Nightmare on Elm Street. How many times Freddy died, and then the next movie he just comes back.
But
Friday the 13th, how he dies, it goes back.
Him up, and unless they're gonna do like they did in Friday the 13th, and then he's like zombified Michael. That would be kind of cool.
That would be sick.
That would be fucking awesome. He comes out and he's all like ripped, like Jason was. I would be down for that.
Yeah, that would be sick. I wouldn't be upset about that.
No.
I love this. Corey's in a coma called Heaven.
I don't think his neck got broken. So I mean, he could survive his wounds. He could.
Corey. Yeah, he could have taken his evil back. I do like to think Lori and Frank got together after the end. after rewatching Halloween 3, do something with that. I would like to see that rebooted. I really would. Do a complete anthology series like with 3. That would be sick.
Go ahead and do that. Just call it Season of the Witch. Don't even bring Halloween into it.
Yeah.
Don't even do it.
Michael possesses Allison. Ooh. That would be fun.
Like she becomes evil after witnessing her mom die and
Little John and
both of
Big
her
John's family
die.
Right. I loved Little John and Big John. A sequel to Halloween 4 would you see, like that would be sick. Because at the end of Halloween 4, Jamie was the killer, how she was like she had on the clown mask.
Yeah.
That would be dope to continue that timeline.
I would be down with Daniel Harris coming back too.
Right. A film that has nothing to do with the original, but with new characters and have it take place in the 80s or 90s. I want to see Jamie Lloyd and John from H2O meet each other in a combined timeline and try to kill Michael Myers. That would be sick.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let Danny McBride anywhere near this movie. I hope this is over. That's all right, man. Reboot the franchise and have Michael terrorize another town that's not Haddonfield. Or have Ken direct a remake of Season of the Witch. That, I'm telling you, I would crush it. I agree, Logan.
You're wrong, Logan.
Put a curse on Michael.
I mean, there has been a curse on Michael.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna love it. Love The Howling. Great werewolf film. How they sold the house and who bought the house. Oh, you're talking about which one is it?
House?
Yeah. Remember Allison in 2018 was possessed Michael's soul. Yeah, Season of the Witch is great. Like I would love
I've hate okay, so I have been like on the hate train for so long. I don't hate the movie. However, I do hate that it's a part of the Halloween franchise.
Right.
It doesn't belong there. Just get it out.
Did anybody see the comments where they were talking about the original ending they had for Halloween Ends? I read this to Ashley, and I'm glad they didn't do this.
No,
I want to say that
I
beforehand.
I would have been so mad if they did.
I would have been more mad if they did it. I'll try to find the article. They were going to have at the very end, they were going to have it take place in the Silver Shamrock factory. And they were going to be pushing out the masks. And then it was going to start pushing out Michael Myers masks, saying that he was a part of Silver Shamrock the whole time, which would have made no fucking sense whatsoever.
They were literally watching the OG Halloween at the bar.
I don't even care about that. Like that, I can get past that. I can get past. But he's had his mask taken off several times, and he was still evil with the mask off. He was evil before he put the mask on. He was a killer when he was a little kid before he ever had the mask on. So it's not like the mask is what's made him evil. So yeah, I'm glad they didn't go there. As much as I love Season of the Witch, I feel like, and he said it perfectly, if they would have gone that route, all that would have been is service, fan service for the people.
For Season of the Witch.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't have been fair.
Yeah, I not good.
Because I think there's probably less Season of the Witch fans than there is actual Halloween fans in general.
Yeah. And yeah, it would have been much, much worse. It would have made zero sense. Love Season of the Witch, but would have hated that ending if they'd done. I agree with you. I mean, I love that they had little Season of the Witch references. Like, I believe it was UT Park that said it earlier with having the Halloween Ends in the blue, like they did with Halloween 3.
Yeah. They had the masks.
And they had the mask. They had the radio tower in this one. Like, they did have, the little nods and the little Easter eggs to Halloween 3 without actually, pushing it in people's faces. So I do love that they did have the fan service, but it wasn't huge. You didn't have to, it wasn't an essential part of the story. Yeah, he got the mask at a hardware store, guys. It would not have made any sense. But let's go like this. Here coming up in November, we're not going to have as many lives in November because it's, Thanksgiving and everything. So we are going to be doing our top 10 dinner scenes. Obviously for Thanksgiving, our top 10 horror dinner scenes. I'm trying to push through another one that I can't really talk about yet because the guest hasn't confirmed, but it would be a top 10 final girls with someone that we've been trying to work with again for a while. And then in December, we're going to be doing our most anticipated of 2023 and our favorites of 2022 and I can say for our top 10 of 2022, we will be having Cody Leach, Sweet and Spooky, and Haunted Hippie joining us for that. So it's going to be cool working with those three again. So we're trying to branch out a little bit more. There's a couple more people that we're really trying to bring into the fold. But, you know, every time you guys come out here and hang out with us, like, it's so fucking dope being able to talk to you guys about horror movies. And
it's a lot of fun.
Make sure you get.
I love to hear people's opinions.
Yeah, even if they're not the same as ours.
Even how wrong they are about Michael.
Let's check this out. I want to see spin-offs of Laurie and Tommy Doyle's backstory. I could mess with that. I could definitely.
It's just like a fucking love story.
Right. Wizard of Gore kind of actually has Crispin Glover and Jeffrey Combs and Brad Dourif in it. No. Wizard of Gore. You had me at Crispin Glover and Brad Dourif. Wizard of Gore. All right. Said they broke into his damn place and stole shit. Michael Myers should have drove more. Yeah, I mean, he can drive. Terrifier 2 has to be a top 10 dinner scene. Art the Clown feeding their mom mashed potatoes. I can't talk too much about that yet. I can say that coming up on Saturday, we will have our interview posted with Amelie McLean, who played the little pale girl in Terrifier 2, the little buddy of ours. She is amazing. Amelie is a great young lady. We've been friends with her for a couple years, and we've been so excited to be able to. We've been talking repeatedly for anybody that's been fans of our streams for a while. I hate saying fans. God, it's so weird. If you've been a part of our streams, you've been hearing us talk about how a little friend of ours was in Terrifier 2, and she has amazing parts in the movie, and we can finally talk about them now. And I was able to talk to Amelie about it, the little pale girl, and some of the things that she's gone through. And so that'll be live on Saturday, and I hope you guys can check that out, because Amelie is a fantastic young lady with a very bright future, and I can't wait for you guys to check her out. So make sure you check that out. Cody, Kylie, and Celise, yeah. Oh, thank you. That's super, super sweet of you. We appreciate that.
That is nice.
The scene in the pizza shop is more iconic to me from the first Terrifier. We got to get another Monsters vs. Monster Mash Halloween movie.
Yeah.
We're going to do something cool in January, kind of like that.
Yeah. We need to do another, like...
Hey, go to bed.
Like a
Good night, buddy. Yeah, well, we'll do another madness.
March Madness.
Oh, yeah.
Bracket this year. I had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, that was great. And we like it, it's really we're always kind of nervous to branch out and do these by ourselves, but you guys always show up, and you guys are so great
for coming and hanging out with us on Halloween.
Yeah.
You know, one of the greatest
the greatest night of the year. So
I'm glad you guys all came to hang out with us tonight.
Us too. So before we let you go, I do want to say real quick, coming up this week on Sledgehammer Horror, obviously if you watch the video, you know, but we have on Wednesday we have CP from Will Screedia and his first horror movie, and then on Friday our Didn't See That Coming on The Sixth Sense, which we may or may not have cried.
You might see us tear up
during our review of the fucking movie.
I was choking back some fucking tears.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie.
No, she definitely was, and so was I. And then Saturday is our interview with Amelie McLean. So we can't wait for you guys to check all that out. And then we got some more guest spots coming up here in the next couple weeks. Ashley will be on Hab Cheetah Will View.
Yes.
Very excited. I love it. It's going to be just Ashley on the channel. He's going to be, Patrick is going to be interviewing her. Mm-hmm. So we'll have links to that. I think it's November 15th, somewhere right around there.
November 15th.
Yeah. Yep. So it's going to be cool. Like, I'll be obviously fangirling in the comments about my wife doing an amazing job. This was a fun Halloween night hangout. Thank you.
Thank you, Shane.
We love you guys being here.
Yes,
genuinely.
absolutely.
We really do. Happy Halloween. Stay safe and awesome. Remember that Michael Myers kicks. Oh.
Yeah. Don't you cancel him.
Oh, I'm not.
Don't you do eat
shit and die, Ricky. Eat shit and live, Bill.
Love you, T. Parker.
That
man,
didn't sound like love.
Dude, get the hell out of here. Go spoil her.
Oh, happy anniversary!
Happy
guys.
anniversary, buddy. I hope you guys have an amazing night, man.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, Fauna looks so good. The one with David Harbour, where he's Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks really good.
I like.
Oh, that's awesome.
I like holiday horror.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're doing a guest spot with our friend Liz Zombie in November, talking about our favorite holiday horror films. So you'll get some
Krampus,
some deep cuts in there as well.
Yeah, for sure.
All Hallows Eve was great. That was really good. That's how we got introduced to our buddy Art the Clown. So again, guys, we just want to say thank you for coming and hanging out with us. We hope you guys have an amazing night. Bullshit. And until
I
next,
didn't get to read it.
Halloween Ends is better than Jason Goes to Hell.
I agree with that.
So you guys, man, thank you for spending your Halloween night with us. We really appreciate you guys being here more than you could ever know. That's how much this means to us. And until next time, guys, keep talking horror.
Stay who you are.
And we'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys. I'm just gonna